And I will switch the monitor. Hello, please look at our PowerPoint. And now we already know what's the media queries. Okay. And actually, you already know how to control your media query. And actually, for the normal situations, and we will at least have two media query. And maybe one is for your tablet, and one is your mobile phones. But I think this thing is really depends on another thing. Is today you are mobile first or desktop first? Okay. If today you use desktop first, okay, the general set is for your desktop, okay, and the other media query is for your tablet and mobile, okay. And if today you are mobile first, and I think the other two is desktop and your tablet, okay. So that is really depends, okay. And before that, I also needed to introduce this to you. So here you can see this. If today that is a smaller smartphones, and maybe here they say you need to use 480, and later is lower than 768, and the third one is more than 669, 769, and the lesser one is 1280. Okay, you will see the number is changing, but actually that is normal situation because maybe different designers and you can follow the different white. I think that is okay. So maybe you just choose one of them to follow it. And do you see there is something different between our original code? What's the difference? Do you see the only? Okay. Only is different, right? Because previous times we only use media screen and something, but now we use only. And we also see that become to mean white. Why they use mean white? Okay, I will introduce you. Okay, the first thing is we need to understand there has a logical operator. The logical operator is about and, only, and not. And is that can follow the two rules at the same time, and only is only the device is follow these situations, and we will have something change. Okay, this is the only. But most of times we only use and. I always use and. I seldom to use only or not. Okay, so maybe you just follow and that is enough. Okay, and now I want to tell you when we needed to use mean white and when we needed to use max white. If today you ask these questions, and I needed to ask you the other question is mobile first or desktop first. Okay, if today your priority is larger screen, and you should use a CSS max white. Why I say that? For example, if today your platforms, all the most of the users, they use computer or desktop to browse your sites. At that moment, you just use max white. So that meaning is your general situation is desktop. Okay, so your general CSS is just set up for the desktop layout, and later we will use the max white. Maybe is 768 for your tablet, and the third one is the other media query is set up the max white for 480 for your cell phone, for your smartphone. Okay, so that is max white general for your desktop, and later for your tablet, and last one for your mobile phone. And if today your priority is the smaller screen, like cell phone, so your general situation is for our cell phone. So your general layout is for mobile layout, And later we will use min white. Min white is when their white is larger than maybe 480, we will become to the tablet. Okay, so the second situation, we will use media query to change to our tablet layout. And when the width is larger than 768, and we will change to our desktop layout. Okay, so we will use min width. Okay, so this is their difference. So you need to ask the other persons, oh, today, what's your major user? What's your major user's device? Okay, so if today you just demo your website and you can tell me, oh, today my website is desktop first, because all the users, they will use desktop to browse all my websites. Because the reason is all my users want to get more information about the site, from the site. So they will use desktop. So that is the reasons why I use max wide. So I will think, oh, your logic is really smooth. So you gain a great control with all the CSS code. So I will give you a higher score. Okay, so you need to make the meanings with all your decision. Okay, and you need to explain your decisions during your demo time. Okay. And now I want to start to create a responsive navigation bar. Okay, so you need to pay more attention on this because you need to focus on here. Okay, what is responsive navigation bars? Responsive navigation bars, this is a traditional navigation bar. Okay, just like our left-hand side. But when we put in our cell phone, and it is become to our right-hand side. So today if today I click this icon, and that will drop down a menu. It will drop down a menu, and this menu will have this, will display with this direction. So that is the different direction, right? So we will change some things if the device is changed to our mobile device. Okay, and I will show you. Maybe you can see here is our responsive menu. Okay, originally we can see the website like here. Okay, can you see the background have something changed? There has a blue background in each menu, and when we become smaller, okay, here has a icon. Okay, emerge a new icon, and I click it. Look like so cool. Okay, you will finish it in today. Okay, and you can show off on your Instagram. Okay, oh, today I create a new one. I create a responsive menu bar. Okay, you can show off to your friend. And now let's start it. Okay, so you need to pay more attention. Oh, now everyone is just really focused on because it's time to show off. Okay, now we can create our HTML first. And in HTML first, we needed to create a nav, and we can create a label. This label, I can put my logo, and I will give a class is logo. And later is URL. URL with file LI. In the file LI, I can give the file menu. It's home, about, service, contact, and feedback. So let's start to create it. Okay, and I just create a responsive menu, HTML. Okay, HTML5. Okay, and now I needed to create they say create a nav. Okay, and later is a label. Labels class is logo. And the logo is maybe you just give words or terms for your website. Like I want to create a website for this course. So this course is web design. So I just give a term in the label. And later I will give a URL to create my menu. And actually I have 5 menu. And each menu I have a link. So I will use a link and to multiply 5. Okay. Oh, sorry, I gave the wrong here. And the first one is home. Okay, and I will give the 5. Phone, about, service, and the later is contact and feedback. Okay, and now we just open it. We just open our responsive menu, like on our Google Chrome. So you can see here is our label, and here is UL and LOI. Okay, and now we need to dress up all our HTML just like this way. Okay, you can see the first thing is we needed to make sure all the things will become the normal situation. What's a normal situation? Because maybe the different tag and they will have a different padding, different margin. So we want to make sure so all the factor, all the tag will turn into the padding 0 and the margin 0, and the text decoration is none, list style is none, box sizing is border box. Okay, so you already know all the things, right? Because in previous course we already understand all these concepts. So we just use a style in here, and we use a star to make sure all the tag will follow this concept. The first one is margin 0. The later one is margin padding 0. The other one is list style is none. Because if today we not use list style type, and that will give a point behind all the LOI elements. Okay, so I will use list style type. Okay, they just use list style. Okay, and later is text decoration. What is text decoration? It's about today if we create a hyperlink, and your hyperlink will turn into the blue one. So if today I use text decoration nonce, and that will not turn into the blue one, and we don't have the dashed lines behind our words. Okay, and the next one is box sizing, because you know the normal situation is content box. So we want to turn all the things become border box. Okay, so I think that is really critical. Okay, so I think I will call this action is normalize. Okay, we just turn normalize. Okay, and later is nav. Nav, we want to create a navigation. This navigation will include all the things, and all the things we want to create a navy background, and the height is 80 pixel, and with wide is 100%. So I just create a nav with the background is navy, and the height maybe is 80 pixel, and the wide is 100% to make sure the whole row will dominate by our navigation bar. Okay, so you can see here, this already dominates the whole row. Okay, but you can see our list, the direction is not the things we like. Okay, so maybe we needed to change. But before that, we want to change the logo first. What's the logo first? We needed to make sure our logo will follow the color become the white, because if today there is logo and we use the white colors, and that will more clear to understand. And the later is font size and the line height. Line height, I want to make sure you know line height is, even today our font size is only 28, but we give 80 pixels height is just same with our navigation's height, right? So we will make sure the fonts will in the middle of this row. Okay. So I give a line height in here. Okay, maybe just try to use this one. the first one is color. I use a white color, and the font size is maybe 28 pt. And the later is maybe just let, and let's see this. Okay, now this becomes a white. Okay, and if today I use a line height 80 pixel. Okay, so you will see that is in the middle of this row, this column. Okay, and later I will use padding and the 0 100. What is 0 100 is maybe we only control their left and their right as 100 space or 100 pixel space. So I will use padding 0 100. And the later one is our font white, bold. Because today's the logo is a critical one, so I will use a bold one. Okay, become a bold one, and here has a 100 space, and the right hand side is also a 100 space for 100 pixel space. Okay, and later is nav UL. Is just we want to make sure the float is right. They will flow to our right hand side, and the margin right is 20 pixel. So you will see here we needed to make sure UL follow our rules. So we will we will give a particular instruction. So we will ask them, oh, UL is after than our navigation. So I will use nav and UL in the same times to make sure only the UL in the navigations, and they needed to follow this rule. Okay, so I will use float right and the margin right. Oh, margin right maybe 20 pixel. So you will see here margin right. Okay, and later you needed to make sure nav ULLI list style. You needed to change the display to inline box. Let me just show you inline. I think in this situation you can use inlines or inline box. All the thing is okay. Maybe I just use inline box block first. Okay, so you can see all the thing will become this small. Okay, this will become inline block. And if today I turn to inline, there is nothing change. Okay, so in this situation, even you use inline or inline block, all the thing is okay. And we also make sure the line height is 80 pixel, and the font size is 18 pt, and the margin is 0.5 pixel. Okay, so let's just check it. Margin 0.5 pixel, and line height is 80 pixel to make sure all the words will in the middle of our column. And font size is 18 pt, like this. So you will see this. Okay, and if today you want to make sure our hyperlink will become the white color, okay, and I will give a color like white. Okay, so that is our navigation. Okay, and now I think I just stop in here. And you can try to finish these two pages. We just create a desktop versions now. Okay, it's switched to you. Are you finished? Okay, if you are okay, then I will switch the monitor. Okay, please follow me. Okay, now I make sure all of you is create a size like this one, and actually you must notice that there still has the other lines, and it's about a hover. What's a hover is about when we hover our hyperlink, when we move on our hyperlink, and that will change the backgrounds with blue one. And we can also transition. Transition is when we change to blue one is immediate change, or change smoothly. If today we set up a transition, and that can help us transit with smoothly. Okay. So we will create a nav ULLIA hover with a background with maybe blue one, and you can see here. Okay, the color is changed immediately. Okay, so if today we add up a transition and 0.5, okay, I think it is 0.5 second. Okay, so you can see the color is changed slowly, right? If today I make sure that is slower, okay? Slower now. Okay, so you can change by yourself. And now, please focus on here, because you already see that our mobile versions, there has icons in here. So now we needed to create another icon. And then these icons you didn't need to draw by yourself. You can just use a framework. Yes, maybe just this. Font 005. Oh, okay, this has so many versions. So, but now we use the 5th one. Okay, so you need to copy this one. Script, SRC, and the kit font ocean, com here. Okay, so now copy this one. This one is that maybe you can download this in your computer, but today we don't need to download it, we just use it. So I copy this one in here, and I put in the head. Okay, I put in the head. There has a script, font ocean. So you can search it, font ocean. Here has their website, but you can go to W3 schools. Okay, in W3 school, and you can see maybe like this. Or you can go to the Ocean 5, and you can copy this one. Okay, So you can search font awesome and go to W3 scores. In the now that is awesome 4, so you need to change to awesome 5 intro, and you need to copy this script. Okay, and you can use it. And how to use it? You can just in here, maybe before our label, and I can create a I, and their class is FAS, and there has a space, FA bars, FAS, FA bars. Okay, and you will see like this. Nothing changed. Where is he? FAS class. Let me check about this one. Okay, here has some script. Maybe just wait okay, I think I can download it. I will copy this script as maybe that is font awesome JavaScript. I can download it in my JavaScript. Okay, and I can code this one in here. I can just call font awesome JavaScript. Okay, so let's check again. But I can see. Maybe wait a moment, because yesterday I always tried this issue, but let's just emerge later. Okay, maybe just wait. Okay, and now maybe here has our icon. Maybe here is our icon. Here is our icon. Okay, and I needed to create an input for them. Is input checkbox, and here is a label. And our font awesome is in our label. Okay, so I have a input type checkbox, and the ID is check, and the label for check is make sure the label and the check will has a connection. Okay, because previous course I already told you the label there has a connection between our checkbox or our input type. Okay, so maybe just check it. Input type, the first one is checkbox, and the later is ID is our check. Okay, and the later one we needed to have a label. Okay, and our font awesome is in our label, and our label is for check. This value needed to same with your ID. Okay, needed to same with our checkbox ID. Okay, and we set up a button is check btn. Okay, so we will know, oh, that is to check today I have clicked this or not. Okay, so maybe just become to here. Can you see this? If today I click the icons, and this will be click, this will be check. Okay, this will be check because I use label. If today I don't have the label, this will not have any connection. So I needed to set up a label to make sure I can understand, I can know, oh, some people just click my icon. Okay, okay, this can click. So we needed to set up the label first. Okay, and later we needed to set up here. Set up here is our check button, we needed to make sure our icon, our far bars is font size is 30 pixel and the color is white, float right, line height, margin right, and the cursor and the display. Okay, so let's just check it. Check button. Okay, line height maybe is 80 pixel and the font size is 30 pixel and the color is white and okay, why is my that is we don't show. Wait me a moment. Why I can see my icons? Maybe I put them in the same times. Maybe just wait a moment. I click them. Okay. Oh, it's emerged now. You can see the icon. I have no idea it's cross origin or not. I just cancel this, and then now I can see here. And if I click, and that will have something change because I set up the label for them. Okay. And now we needed to set up the cursor is pointer is because when we move on to the icons, we needed to make sure our cursor will change. So I will set up cursor in here, pointer. Okay. So you can see that's become a pointer. Okay, when we move on to the icon, the cursor will change. Okay, and the later is display is none. Okay, because the general situation is for our desktop version, so we will not show my icons, and we can also hide my input type checkbox. Okay, so I will ask the check ID to display none. Okay, to hide them. Okay, and after that I can start to do this one. Okay, we needed to set up for our tablet versions. So I set up a max width for 858 and check buttons needed to display. Okay, so with the block, because at the beginning they are just none, display is none. Okay, so please just set up here is a media screen and max wide. Maybe you just give her numbers like that. Okay, and I will step up the check display block, and later is check button, and is also display block. Okay, so if go down, so we will see this is emerge now. Okay, so let's follow this. So I will set up a URL for position is fixed, position fix, actually that is this meaning. Fixed position is we just positions in a certain position, so certain positions, and this position is not changed. This position, this box, that element will not change by our when we scroll down or scroll up. Okay, all the thing will just position as that. Will make sure all the elements will position at that space. Okay, so that is fixed position. So today we just want to make sure all our menu will fix in there. So we will set up a position fix. Okay, so here is position fix, and the letter is width is 100%, and the letter is height is 100 VH. What is 100 VH? You can see this is just like a proportions. Is if today I use VW is for the I change the Y to the proportion mode, and if today I use a VH is changed to the proportion of our height. Change our height for the proportion mode. Okay, so if today I use 100 VH, so I can understand the ULL with 100% height. Okay, and later maybe I just give a color is this. I just follow this code because this will beautiful color. Okay, so you will see here that is fix in here, and 100% white and 100 VH. Okay, and our background is this color, and we needed to set up our top because here we know the nav bar is wait a moment, check VTN. Okay, you know here our nav bar is 80 pixel, so we just want to make sure our ULL will in an 80 pixels position. So I will set up our top is 80 pixel. Okay, so that will press in our 80 pixel press. Okay, and later I will show a 0. But actually I think we don't need to set up the 0 because that is already in that position. Okay, and the letter is text line, and I will use center. Okay, to make sure they are in the center position. Okay, and the letters I will set up nav ULLI to make sure all the thing will display. Okay, because traditionally I change nav ULLI to inline or inline block, but now I needed to change inline block. Inline blocks will make sure all the thing will go this direction. Okay, and if today I want to change the directions, so I needed to change the displays with block. Okay, so I will change nav ULLI to the block. Okay, and later I will change nav ULLI. Maybe I can change the other color or the other background. Okay, so you will see this. Oh, I don't change hover. A hover. Okay, so now everything is changed. So this is about media query. Okay, maybe you just set up to this step first. Okay, change it to this step first. Okay, you needed to make sure the media query, and you needed to add the script in here. Okay, and we will get this. Okay, and later I will change something. Okay, it's turn to your screen. Hello, maybe I just turn into my screen because there is just a little part I needed to introduce. Okay, so I needed to switch the monitor now. Okay, and then now you can see we already done by this. Okay, and actually we already know why we needed to use fixed position and what is VW and VH. And actually, you can see we needed to change it to this mode. And what's the difference between these two? Okay, please observe it. What's the difference? What's the difference? Okay, left is changed to minus 100%. Okay, transitions O and 0.5 second. And we add on left to 0. Okay, the checked. Okay, so maybe we just change to this mode, and the left is minus 100%, and here is a transition 0.5 second. And later we needed to create a checked. What's this meaning? This meaning is just monitor our checkbox. If today I click the icon, if today I click the icon, the label will told to our checkbox, and that checkbox will change the status to checked situation. Okay, so if I find out the checkbox become to checked, I will make sure my UL will become to left to 0. Okay, what's the difference? If today I set up the left, I set the UL with the left is 0, and I can see this gray box. Okay, but if today I use a minus 100, that will in our left hand side, will not in here. Okay, just like here. Okay, so if today I click here, and you will see the checkbox will be checked. Okay, so that will emerge. Okay, so why this will move from left to right? That is because we set up the transition 0.5 second. Okay, so that is just our responsive navigation bar. Okay, so can you understand? Maybe a little bit complex, but you needed to spend some time on that. Okay, so I think today's course is just go to here, and if you have any question, you can ask me, and if all the thing is okay, and just take a break, and see you next week. And next week we will have a team teaching. Okay, bye bye. See you next week.